Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Co-dependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show. I'm Ian, and I got Jared, Dave, Nick, and Bjorn Borg with us tonight. I'm just kidding. It's Aaron. What up,
Baby
Aaron?
on board.
What up, everybody?
Fresh off his 70s tennis run.
Well, it was 6 and zip. That guy did not stand a fucking chance.
That's right. 40 love.
I was gonna say, isn't zero love?
No, it was a tournament, guys. I mean, 6-0.
He won straight sets, is what he meant to say.
Yes.
Straight sets. There you go. Listen, Bjorn's been drinking tonight, and the hop venom at that. So he's
Oh man.
he's a few sheets to the wind.
How's an early night for him?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
I got my headphone issue worked out on its own.
Nice. About time.
I'm doing good. It's been a good day. Busy.
Oh, man.
Cool.
Yeah. Busy.
Yeah. It's been Dave and I went to the Record Hawk yesterday, hung out, bought a bunch of records. That was fun.
Yeah. It was nice hanging out that evening.
And then Jared came over in the evening and got to hang out. That's been my weekend.
Yeah.
Today's just been lazy. Meant to play video games, but really just stared at my TV.
Yeah. Today's just been chore day. Chores.
Just
Yeah, I went for a nice hour-long bike ride.
Oh, hour long.
Yep.
Sorry, Aaron, your mic volume's very, very low.
They might have
Yeah.
boosted a little bit.
I'm gonna up it.
Fix it. Hold on.
Okay. But yeah, it's a good weekend. Still have a day left of it.
Here you go.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well, I guess we'll throw it over to Mr. Beerstro. Do we have a beer battle this evening?
Yeah, what you're
Lord.
going to do to make us all thirsty.
Yeah.
Lordy.
More fresh hop beer battle.
Oh, it's that time of the year, isn't it?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, the
You
lovely
probably bought
time.
at least a can of each.
Or something like that. But so I've got Crux Fresh is Best taking
Ooh.
on some Block 15 Sticky Hand.
Nice. I like.
Oh, is that
Crunch.
fresh hop sticky hands, or is it just regular?
Yes, it is. Nope,
Oh.
Fresh Hop Sticky Hands.
Ah.
So you pay an extra $5 for that can.
Hey, it's $5 extra. Well worth it, or something.
The sticky icky.
I want to get a hold of the Ecliptic Fresh Hop when they have a Winco, like for $11 for a 4-pack of it. It's like the collaboration one that I cannot seem to find anywhere else. So I get it.
Which one are we having first?
It is the Crux.
The Crux.
Stuff is
Cool.
really good. Highly underrated.
What's the ABV on that one? 200.
It is no 6.9%.
Ooh, the old 69er.
Yep, at 50 IBUs.
So
Someone's getting fucked tonight.
is that also Fresh Hop?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're both
They both
fresh.
I guess say it's a fresh battle. A battle that's going to be fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. That was a good one in my head.
Well, maybe if you hit that rim shot with your tennis racket.
Well, I can hear you now, so that's
Hey.
good, Aaron.
You mean this one?
yes.
I always forget you can do that with a computer. I always forget that.
You also have access to all yours. I need
I
to put
do.
some new ones
I see
in.
that.
Anyway. Well, how's that one? Is it delicious? Nick's thinking. It's something.
No, you gross.
All right.
Um,
We'll let you choke that
Wow.
down. Continue on with that.
Actually, gross.
We'll move
He was
over-
very sincere.
He's very sincere on that one. Jared, what happened today in this day in gaming history?
So a game that I played a long time ago came out 15 years ago on the PlayStation 3. It was Demon's Souls
Ugh.
launched,
Yeah.
which I couldn't beat back then, but I beat the PS5 remake, and I loved it. Dave didn't like it. He played a little bit of it. He borrowed
Yeah,
it.
you made me play that. I really didn't. That was not my game.
I forced him. His arm was behind his back. I was pushing him out the door, like, you have to take this copy.
Raw dogging him
Yeah.
while he was.
Yeah.
And I don't know, nothing really on the list in the past that I'm like, I don't know what is this stuff. But Rock Band 4 came out 9 years ago. Can you believe that was
Wow.
like
Jesus.
9 years for
Yeah, remember
PS4
when
and
that was a
Xbox One?
thing?
Yeah, Rock
Dang.
Band was huge.
We still play it here. We use
Wasn't-
it.
Yeah.
We use it for karaoke.
Mhm.
Nice.
That's awesome. And I know Ian liked this game. Transformers Devastation also came out that same year.
Oh yes, great game. I love that game.
Yeah, that's like the cel-shaded Transformers game.
And it's also by it's Near Automata team.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Why am I forgetting their name? Anyway,
Yeah, that's okay.
No.
no, it's not okay.
It's okay.
It's not okay.
Yeah,
See.
he's hunting for his game back in his backlog there,
know.
seeing how many games he hasn't beat.
But
But he did beat this one.
What the fuck is the name of that studio?
No.
Why is
That
it not
wasn't
on here?
Grasshopper. No, what
No,
was
I
not
it?
don't want your
Grasshopper.
online.
That
P.
Dave wanted the head for the dude that works there.
Let's see.
She just Googled it. Oh well,
I'll push with Square Enix.
Would have taken
Platinum
less
Games.
time.
probably would have.
Platinum.
Platinum.
It was Platinum
That's
Games.
it. Thank you.
That one.
That game.
Yeah.
Yes. I think
Good
that's
job, Aaron. You know how
I've-
to use the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Well done.
I learned yesterday.
From the young buck in the room
That's
here.
right.
Yeah. Utilizing
Cool.
every source he has.
Well, you're
Yeah.
you're like a millennial, right? Is that what you are? Yeah. See, there
Yep.
you go.
And
Very much
here's
so.
here's one for Aaron.
What
In
customer?
1990, Sega launches the Game Gear in Japan.
Oh,
Oh,
it took me
Yeah.
a couple years to get here.
Game Gear, which yeah, that's an interesting console. It was released to compete with the Game Boy.
I had
But-
a Game
What a
Boy and then I
competition.
got a Game Gear because
Yeah,
it was better, and it came with this big old NiCad battery pack that was like the size of a 16-ounce soda bottle.
It's
jeez,
basically
that's
a brick,
crazy.
yeah.
Well, speaking of soda bottles, I saw there was a really cool edition of the Sega Game Gear that came out, partnered with like Coca-Cola. It was a red Coca-Cola one with the logo on it.
Oh my
It looked
god.
pretty
Good
cool.
luck.
They're going for like $400 on eBay.
That's it? That's actually not that bad. I figured it'd be higher than that just because it's such a that I've never even heard of that until just now. So.
Yeah, well,
How
like,
much
it
was
was
that system
partnered with
new?
like a Coke Boy,
Like-
I think was the name of the game that came with it.
How much was
What?
the Game Gear new originally?
150, I believe.
That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, 150, which in today's currency would be about $300.
So about
Wow.
Switch.
Yeah, so that was
But-
pretty interesting. Also, in 1998 was the first time people got to see the Dreamcast
Ah, I love the
at
Dreamcast.
in Japan. A conference Sega used to have called the New Challenge Conference in Tokyo.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's Sega Day, I guess, October 6th.
Exciting. Cool.
Yeah,
There you
there we
go.
go.
You're this day in gaming history.
This day. You guys are the musicians. You should come up with a theme song for it.
I ain't got no time for that. Cool. Dave, did you play demo this week?
I did play a demo.
Oh my
Uh,
god. Well, it's time
okay.
for Buy Try Die.
Oh man.
And it's gonna die, probably.
Probably.
He finds the trash.
It's DOA.
No, I downloaded a little game called 63 Days, and it's set during the Nazi occupation of Poland,
Oh, David Nazi games.
and so
Interesting time era.
it's basically you're a bunch of freedom fighters, and you kill you kill Nazis and do missions and stuff. So I played the demo. If you're interested in the game, you should play the demo. It's essentially just Commando. I don't know if you ever played any of the Commandos games back in the early 2000s, where you control a group of commandos and you can. It's kind of third person. A more modern version would be kind of like Mutant Year Zero, a lot of sneaking, except more kind of stealthy and sneaky up and strangle people and hide the bodies kind of thing. It was okay. From what I've read, it's much better on the PC, and I can kind of see that because the controls aren't. There's a lot of different things that it's trying to do with the controls, and there just aren't enough buttons, and it's not they're kind of a bit of a mess. So it's really difficult to, even with the tutorial, to remember after you've done the tutorial to remember, like, you want to strangle someone, you've got to press L2, press down, then
Oh
press
God.
triangle and L1 to on the person you want to strangle. You've got to like select the action and then tell it what the action you want to do is, and then they just kind of wander around a bit and all the rest of it. Anyway, so it was okay. I wouldn't get it for the PlayStation 5, but if you like the Commandos games, I could totally see, because I know those have a big following, or at least a following. It's like if you like that kind of third person control a small team, sneak around, infiltrate and kill Nazis. I mean, this is the game for you. But
Is it new or has it been out for a while?
it's relatively new. I was I had it up and it seems to have gone down again. I, for some reason I keep reading it and I'm like, oh, 65. It's been out for 65 days. It's new this year. It doesn't actually say when it came out, but
Was it
considering-
Commandos 4?
no, 63 days is this game.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it
So
gets
it's-
9 out.
okay.
It gets 9 out of 10 on Steam. So obviously, I mean, it's a decent looking game. It's
Is it a full price game or is it like a budget title?
$25 right now. So
Budget. Okay.
Yeah, I never
uh,
played Commando, but I watched a little gameplay of it, and yeah, it's very identical.
yeah. So it's not one. It's one of those PC games that that just doesn't quite translate to a console, or they haven't figured out their controls. But
I just
I
find
mean-
it weird that it's such a convoluted way to strangle somebody. Like I feel like, well, no, you could just like I had an idea in my head on how to make it a little more real, but like not that way. Just like you look at the person, you sneak up on them, and you press L1 to get behind them, and then L2 and just hold it while I do it, like like piano wire type thing. But that's
yeah. So it's kind of a level fun one. I mean, I've played the Commandos games in the past, and I think maybe Commandos 2 or Commandos 3 on the PC, and they were kind of fun. They're kind of difficult, and you do find yourself save spawning sometimes because it's kind of trying to find your way through the maze that is the level, plus trying to execute the moves at the right time can be a little difficult. So
Right. So was how big is the demo? Did you play the whole thing?
no, I didn't play the whole thing because the controls were getting on my nerves, and I just couldn't quite get the grasp of it. But I mean, yeah, the demo will tell you everything you need to know about the game, whether it's for you or not.
So try it, but for Dave it's a die.
Yes.
At least on console.
At least on console. Get the demo downloaded for Steam, Dave.
I mean, it's a AA game. It's not, it's not. It's quite a
okay.
well made game, and it's quite good looking game, and it's well produced. So
We need more AA games.
it just sounds like it's very like I said, the controls can kind of break the game in a sense. Like it's a little more. But if you're playing for computer, it sounds like it's perfect. So
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
I get it.
That's the old buy, try, die. Thanks, Dave, for playing a demo this week.
And on the segment, that's one of the things. I know you guys always give me a little bit of hassle for playing all these like out there games, but there
No,
really
do
aren't
it.
that many demos of
It
like
really is.
AAA games.
Oh no, I know
on
there's
there.
I know there's not.
It's kind of funny how like
You could have
They
played
don't-
Epic Mickey remastered demo.
I did see that, but I was like,
It doesn't even have to be a new game.
It doesn't have to be. It could be. He knows that.
oh,
It
I
could be
know,
any
but
game.
by the same token, it's like there's only, there's not a lot of like AAA games that put a
Mm-hmm.
demo out.
Right.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
Unless you subscribe to like the upper premium tiers of like PlayStation Plus, then there's demos of like new games. Like Alan Wake 2, I think, has a demo.
Yeah, which considering I just let my PlayStation Network
Yeah,
to subscription
exactly.
lapse, it's like that ain't gonna
Mhm.
happen.
I'll never join the Alan Wake fan craze. I don't get it. But
Cool. All right. Well, how's that beer, Nick?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Is
Hoppy.
the first one gone?
Yes,
Very fresh,
pretty, pretty.
say it a couple more times and
It's
I'll
actually-
believe you.
It's a reference.
Pretty hoppy though. Pretty fresh hoppy, or no?
Actually, no, that's not. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's actually pretty well balanced, actually.
That's good. Jared and I had Trapdoor had a bunch of fresh hopped beers, new beers on
I miss
their
fresh-
tap,
Mhm.
and we
I miss
had
Trapdoor Brewery.
we had one last night, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. I don't remember what it was called, but it
I
was
forget.
good.
It was one of the IPAs that were Anyway,
Mhm.
all
Hey,
right.
buy me a 4-pack of species.
Let's us move on to the topic of the show. I thought, Dave and I were talking the other day. We hadn't been playing much video games, so I was like, "Well, I'm gonna come up with a top 3 list for tonight, so we can talk about video games, even though we haven't been playing them." So tonight's top 3 is the
Our games we haven't been playing.
It's games we haven't ever played. No, pretty much.
There we go.
Games from our backlog or our pile of shame that we never beat or got to play, but we would like to at some point revisit them and play them because they just kind of got away from us. And these could be games that go all the way back to the cartridge days, the old days, or they could be, PS4, P3, any game that, obviously not new games, because obviously we can have new games, but you know what I'm saying. It's like it's a
Right.
pile of shame. It's a backlog game. Anyway, I tried to be. I was able to come up with a bunch, so I tried to be I'll try and pick one from a different console era. So that's what I did, just for me, just to be kind of fun, to put my own little parameters on myself. Because I could have just picked only PS3 games or only PS4 games, but anyone else?
Yeah, I did the same. I tried to vary it.
Yeah.
I just kind of went on the 3 games that popped into my brain, quickest, and I didn't care what generation they were from. I just these ones, yeah.
They were
Yeah,
also
I've
definitely
been on my mind.
they were definitely games I had been thinking about. Like, man, I would really like to go back and play that. So there's definitely
Or
that.
finish it, yeah.
Yeah. So once I put that list together, it's like, oh, I'll pick this one because it's from a different console. Yeah. I just did that kind of stuff. But you, Nick or Aaron, any?
Didn't put that much.
Just said fuck it.
Well, it was just more.
I
of
never
a-
beat Duck Hunt,
well-
so I'm gonna go back to that.
Well, I think I was trying to stick to more games that I haven't even touched versus games that
Mhm.
I may have even spent a few minutes with. Because that could also be a list on its own for me.
There you go.
It's games that I kind of started playing, but
Moved on.
just-
Bought
yeah,
some more. Well, that's basically the list.
basically.
Yeah, just buy more games.
Buy more games.
Yeah,
So it's
My-
goddamn sales is what it is.
Uh-huh.
so it's funny you mentioned that because I didn't realize there was a topic tonight. But
I mean,
the
it was
second
only
you mentioned-
posted in the thing, Aaron.
to be
Yeah.
fair, shit gets fucking avalanched in this group. But anyway, my point is, the second you mentioned, okay, I have some already in my head. I already have some. Don't worry.
I don't know. That's
It
cool.
just kind of-
But if you go to the
flooded.
green door, it's not avalanche.
I
It's
know.
literally right there.
you know what I mean.
Posted it at 11 o'clock this morning.
Anyway,
You're fine.
I
It's
have-
fine.
It's all good, dude.
You're fine.
I got it though. I got some.
We
Already got
we have to bust your balls for the entertainment value on the show.
I know. It's like I'm walking content. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Jared, you want to kick us off?
Sure. I started out with just some kind of creepy games I've been wanting to finish. I started The Evil Within 2. I played it for multiple hours. I was loving it. Some of the stuff they were doing in the world and some of the weird events that were going on. And I don't even know why I stopped playing it. It's probably just because another game came out.
That
You
you
know,
just
and I
couldn't get
just
your
never
kids
went
out
back
of the
to it.
room or something.
Yeah, that too. So
Yeah,
now
that game's
now that I
kind
have
of,
a setup in the
gory.
garage.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, The Evil Within 2 was way better than the first one in my opinion. So
But you loved the first
as much
one,
as I
didn't you?
played one. Nah, I mean I liked it to some degree, but the gameplay was just a little frustrating. I don't know, survival horror in that part of survival horror where it's actually like, oh shit, I don't have enough ammo, so I got to figure out how to get through this area. I'd like to just kind of blitz through and have some fun with it.
Right.
But then there's like, oh, here's a boss fight that's going to take more ammo than you have. Good luck.
Ah, fuck. I hate that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
sucks. It's like, oh, yeah, you better reserve your ammo and maybe take out a couple of whatever small enemies. But then here's a boss fight that takes everything you got.
And more.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck, guy.
Cool. And that's the company that's not around anymore, right?
Um,
Tango Gameworks.
well, they
Hi-Fi
were
Rush.
acquired.
Oh yes.
They're saved.
And then they're
But
yeah.
for Hi-Fi Rush, pretty much. But I
Right.
couldn't imagine they'll ever get to make another Evil Within. It would be cool.
I don't think
if
they get to
if
because
they got to.
I imagine that Bethesda still owns that, or Microsoft at this point probably owns that franchise.
Yeah,
Cool. All
Yeah,
right.
but-
Evil Within 2, that's a good choice.
yeah.
All right, man.
I'd
For some
love
reason,
to
I
go
actually,
back to
for some
that.
reason, I actually thought you already beat that, but yeah,
Oh.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
talked
made it
about
like
a lot. I felt like
3 to 4 hours into it,
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's a good choice.
and I had a great time. I was loving it.
All right, Dave, how about you? What's your number 3?
Star Wars Squadrons for the
Oh.
PlayStation 4.
Oh.
Because I
yeah.
bought this, and I was one of my favorite game. Well, two of my favorite games growing up were X-Wing and TIE Fighter on the
Mhm.
PC. I remember spending hours playing those, and I actually played this. It's a bit more arcadey, and I played a couple of missions, but I was really enjoying it. And like Jared says, I can't remember why I stopped playing it, but I did. And
Same here. I was playing it exclusively in VR, and
Yeah.
just all of a sudden I like, oh, there's something else. Squirrel.
yeah, and I
I
believe now.
understand this.
I believe now you don't need the VR. There's like
You-
Oh, you
you
never
know,
needed it. You
regularly.
never needed it.
But yeah, actually, you're right. It says on there you never need it. It's an enhancement, but
Mhm.
it's
It's cool.
there's
It's a fun
nothing
game. It's a fun game.
inherently wrong with the game, and I quite enjoyed it. And it's quite a nice like pick up and play game, And so I don't know why I've never gone back to it, but that one's on my list of things one of these days to play. And it's I don't believe it's a long game either. So
I don't
it's
think
not
it
like-
is. I played probably play like a quarter of the game, and then yeah, it's just another one of those. It's just, I think you just get kind of tired of playing like flying around. It's funny back in the day,
Yeah.
like Ace Combat, I would play all the way through for some reason, but nowadays
Yeah.
I can't even be bothered to play Ace Combat. Like it's just a fun, like the latest one. I think Dave and Jared beat it. I know Dave beat it. I think.
Yeah.
But I just have no interest to play that. I don't know why. Like sometimes you just kind of lose interest in certain types of games. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and
No
this
doubt.
seems, this is the perfect game to just have on the system because you can pick it up, do a mission, and then go play something else.
And you get
So-
to play both sides. You be a rebel and a imperial, and I don't know.
Yeah.
The coolest part about
seemed like
playing it
fun.
in VR was you actually got to see the interior of all these ships and look out the like limited amount of windows they have. So it's like actually really cool to be inside the ship.
Yeah, cool. All right. Good choice, Dave. I think we all have
Yeah,
kind
totally.
of
Yeah, I
I
never
totally
finished
forgot
it
about
also.
that, and I was like, I do occasionally scroll past that game, and I think
I forgot when it came out.
I should play that. I
Yeah.
think we got
Yeah.
it all for free on PS Plus too, didn't we?
Yeah, I think it.
Yeah, we
it
did. I think.
become a
It did,
I have
free
the
game
disc.
later
I
on,
saw it in my
so-
little thing.
So we all have it.
So.
Yeah.
We should anyway. All right, Nick. What's your number 3 first game on the list?
I'm gonna go with Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh.
Whoa.
yeah, I love
Whoa.
Ground Zeroes. Yeah.
I did not see that coming. Actually,
You know what's
believe it or
wild?
not.
I started playing that. I'm like a little bit into that. I just started playing randomly
Okay.
a
You know
few
what's
weeks
funny?
ago. Oh,
That almost made it onto my list too.
Oh, I finished that. I loved it.
that's a
No,
short
I-
game. That's
I-
that's like only 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
That's like a 2
It's
hour.
like just a
experience.
quick
Okay.
prequel.
It's a quick experience.
connecting it to the prior one a
Yeah, if
little
you can
bit.
just
Yeah, I didn't.
you can set the time aside to just do it. You can get it done in one and done.
See, that was the thing is I never really quite understood what that was supposed to be. Like, I wasn't sure if it was like a full game or not.
It is. It's
I
a full
remember
experience.
I got it for like I've got it on Steam and I've got it on the PS4,
Mhm.
and I've clearly played it on neither system or neither platform. But no, I mean it's just all based on how much fun I had playing Metal Gear Solid 4 is the whole reason I just decided to up and buy it. But even before I started playing, just kind of looking into it, just
Well, it has nothing to do with 4.
wasn't. No, I understand that, but it was just more, just I guess kind of like the setup.
Right.
But no, I guess I might as well just dive into it. And
Oh, you should.
It's really good. It's
what
mostly connected to the PS Vita version.
Yeah, so what
was
it
that
is,
called?
it's the bridge between Peace Walker and
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5
the Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain. So it's like an experience that bridges those two stories together. So, but it'll fill you in on the Peace Walker stuff. It's not that important. So yeah, it basically primes you for or Phantom Pain. So
and then should I just end up getting Phantom Pain at that point?
yeah, I mean
Phantom Pain. I loved Phantom Pain.
Yeah,
I think I'm the only one here that finished it.
I finished it. What the fuck?
Oh, you did?
Step off, motherfucker!
No, you started it and then you like stopped.
Yeah, don't be throwing shade on.
I haven't
Ian's,
finished.
Gear Solid,
I haven't finished. I'm still in the process of working on the other weird Metal Gear game, the survival one, Metal Gear Survive.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, I beat Phantom Pain.
Okay.
Anyway,
Nice. Yeah, good choice, Nick. Yeah,
No,
you
yeah.
should absolutely play through that.
No, those
It's
are great
fun.
games.
And
Okay.
and it's short. It's real short.
Okay.
Yeah.
That being said, you can probably get the Phantom Pain Super Bundle for like I think you can get it for like $11.99 right now or
$6
something cheap, like
yeah.
on the PlayStation
Yeah, it's
Store.
on sale a
Yeah.
lot.
And it
Nice.
comes with Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain. But anyway,
Mhm.
good choice. Fun. Yeah,
Yes.
check it out. All right, Aaron, what you got?
All right, so my number 3 was actually I want to say it's a late PS4 game. I'm gonna say it's the Batman Arkham Knight. Actually,
Oh,
Great.
yeah, I
I-
never finished that either.
I didn't either. I got halfway through it. I think it's I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't played yet. It's where I think it's where Barbara Gordon gets killed, and I think I found something else that was coming along at that point, or I just found out I think we were close to due date with our daughters, so things kind of got a little crazy, and just kind of forgot about it. But I really need to get back on that game. I love the Batman Arkham series. I loved Arkham Knight. Arkham Asylum was really good, but Arkham Knight was great. It just, like I said, kind of fell off about halfway through. And I still in my system as the free game, so I'm like, okay, I can go back and do this. And now that the little one sleeping through the night, I might be able to go check that out after my things I'm currently tackling right now are done.
It's Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
Asylum City, then Night. Remember right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arkham Knight is actually my favorite of the trilogy. So
Don't forget about Arkham Origin.
fuck that game. Arkham Knight is the only of the series that I did all the Riddler challenges.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I can't stand those Riddler challenges. Though.
but
I
in
tried.
this one I
and
loved it,
ugh.
dude. I love the Batmobile. Everyone talks shit about the Batmobile.
Oh, I love the
like the
Batmobile.
Batmobile. I don't know. I had a lot of fun with that game. I don't know.
It's the only time you get to relive out your fantasy of driving the Batmobile and not pay an exorbitant amount of money to own the Batmobile.
Well, I also like how it
Ultimate.
launches you out of the car.
Mhm.
That's one of my favorite features. Anyway,
That was pretty dope. I liked it.
good choice, Aaron.
Yeah. The tank battling got kind of obnoxious. I thought that's.
Really?
I like just
I
stopped in the middle of one of them and I just never picked the game back up.
I always thought those were fun and pretty easy. Everyone says they were sucky. And it's like, I don't know, this is pretty easy.
They just
like-
seemed like big time dumps. They took longer than they should.
Mm-hmm.
I was a sucker for those fights. I love those, honestly. I really did.
Very,
I
very
just wish you get to the
divisive,
Bat Jet, though.
game. Yeah.
One day I'd go to the Bat Jet.
hmm
I love the Bat Jet. Anyway.
I think I had all the DLC. I played all the Catwoman DLC where you get to play as Catwoman.
Oh, man.
Some cool shit. Anyway,
Yes.
Skin tight, baby.
yeah,
Arkham Knight.
good choice. All right. My number 3 is also a Metal Gear Solid game, but not the ones I mentioned or the ones anyone else mentions. For the GameCube, Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes. So technically,
yeah.
yes, I have beaten the original Metal Gear Solid, but this was the remake that was redone with new cutscenes and some new kind of added stuff into the game. I had started playing it on stream, and it's one of the games I always think about going back and finishing because I want to know the different stuff that they added to it. So that's my first choice. Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes for the GameCube, of which I play on the Wii. Anyway.
Did that ever come out on anything else?
No, it's only
Which is
on
surprising.
only
Yeah,
on
that's
the
what I
GameCube.
thought.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's
it's kind
so
of a
wild.
specialty title, and so it's one of those things that I've just always wanted to finish. complete.
Maybe I'll play it on my PC someday because that'd be cool.
But
I've been I guess I could borrow it after you're done. I have a Wii.
yeah,
Yeah,
you can
Still
borrow it
have
now
one.
and probably beat it before I ever get to it.
I'm playing too much stuff right now. I'm
You
probably
could
working on
modify-
like 6
you
games
could
right
mod
now.
your Wii and just download all the games.
Oh,
yeah,
there you
that's probably true.
cool.
I believe it's very easy to do with an SD card.
All right, I just
Yeah,
noticed
so-
over here in the
Wow.
corner here that Nick DeWin
I
has
saw that
finished
too.
the first beer.
Ah.
He's
So
on
where
the sticky
so where are
hands.
we sticking? Where are we at with the first beer? Is it a very high like? It's a
What you think?
I mean, I like it for how, I guess, moderate it is for everything. Like, there's nothing that's really overpowering or
well
out
balanced.
of whack.
you would say.
Yeah. Yeah, like I basically said earlier, but I mean, it's just,
But you know how fresh
all the
hop
way
beers
through.
generally are pretty hoppy. They have a little more intense.
Yeah.
Is it like that, or is it
Yeah.
pretty mild?
no, it's pretty mild.
Hmm.
It's, no, but it's still tasty though.
That's
Is kind of my point. It's just nothing is overly done.
Have you had
Just-
the? Is there an original version? There must be. This is like the fresh hop version. No, you wouldn't know.
I don't know because it's called Fresh is Best, so I don't
Oh, maybe
know
it's just
what
their
that's
own
a
thing.
play on. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
But this beer,
it,
right? This new one you're drinking is a fresh hop
well, I
version.
haven't. It is, but I haven't started on it. I did want to point out that they are using Centennial hops from Silverton, Oregon. They give a story
Oh,
from the farm that they get it from. But
so what's the next one you're drinking?
this is Sticky Hands from Block 15. It's their fresh hop, and oh my goodness, 8.1%.
Oh, good night,
Yeah.
Nick.
Hurry, I wish I could have visited in Corvallis.
Oh, hey, sorry, you have to work tomorrow, Nick.
Well, I mean,
Hold
They're calling right now. Do you have school
yeah,
tomorrow?
right now. I hear your phone vibrating.
yeah. And this one they've got Citra hops, but from
Who uses
Alluvial
Citra hop
hops.
still? No,
it's Block
breweries,
15 from Alluvial Hop Farm, wherever that is.
isn't Citra like the original OG hop?
Yeah, it is pretty much the.
No.
They cryogenically froze the hop
Oh,
cones
Oh,
and
cryo hops.
Oh, the
Yeah.
old cryo hops.
Yep.
then shatter them all within a few hours. Sounds like it's cheating, but whatever.
It is.
That's what Hop Valley does, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Isn't that their staple, their thing?
The
Their
cryo hopping. Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
much. Everything they do is cryo hop now. Pretty much.
But I did notice a very nice hoppy aroma coming from this can when I cracked it open.
So what's the initial feeling on the beer?
Um,
You also dislike that one too? Cool. Moving on. No.
It tastes like beer.
I'm
That
terrible.
he should drink more.
Yay.
All right, we'll come back to you and find out which beer wins the battle at the end of the show. Jared, back to you.
So, since it's October, I had another horror game in my mind.
I love horror games.
Yeah, Ian loves horror games. But
Ah,
I played a lot of this game. I actually made it out of the main big castle to go onto the next section of Resident Evil Village, which, like Resident Evil 7, I have chosen to play entirely in VR. So I'm probably close to halfway through, and I've been enjoying the whole experience, and I just haven't played it since, what,
Wow, you didn't beat that
a
one
couple
either?
years ago. No.
That's the one with the lady with the big ass, right?
Yeah, but I defeated
they
her
do.
and I got
That's
out of that
fantastic.
castle, and I'm just like,
So technically a
what
horror
do I
game.
look forward to now? Yeah, so I want to jump back into that. So I think I'm going to start either one of my first two choices this month. You know, it's spooky month, so I do like to play some scary games, like you know,
Dead Space?
anything scary. Yeah, well, yeah, I was playing Dead Space yesterday, and Little Nightmares 2. I finished that in a day.
It's
You know,
Halloween, I guess.
some fun stuff. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Jared needs to be streaming, dude. You set your computer up for some streaming action.
with the bucket cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, can he do Discord streaming on his PS5 now that it's supported by the PS5?
Yeah.
I mean,
He doesn't want to.
No,
Yeah,
nobody
most-
wants to watch me play games. Maybe you
know,
guys.
You
but,
don't know that.
That's about
you don't
it.
know who's
Right.
out there that wants to watch you play those games. You never know.
Yeah, but I can't talk and be obnoxious because I'm playing like when my kids are in bed and shit. So I'd be
have
like,
to.
I'm just
yeah.
quiet
You
and
just-
playing a
that's a good
game.
point.
you just write no chatting, no talking.
Yeah.
Not going to talk. Just going to stream.
I mean, Milkman drinks a beer and doesn't chat.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's true.
One thing I hate is people whispering, so maybe you could do that.
It's a little ASMR.
my mic. It's
just for
you,
Nick.
Wasn't
I
he
can
would
tap.
not like the game Hellblade?
Send you a sacrifice or like yeah, you haven't played the new one.
I don't think anyone's played the new
Hellblade
one.
2.
Yeah.
I want to play the new one real bad. I just
Oh, that
need to
came-
pay for a
that
month
came and
of
went, didn't it?
yeah. I need to pay
Yeah,
for
I
like
didn't know
a
it
month
came.
of Game Pass and
I
just
think it
try-
kinda
yeah,
bombed.
try.
Surprised that none of you got it because
Well, it's only Xbox. It's Microsoft only. We had to have played it on Game Pass, and then it didn't get as positive reviews as the first one.
Hmm.
Anyway, all right, Dave. What's your number 2?
my number 2's been on my list since probably 1993, 1994.
Okay.
Sitting there,
Um,
just a game.
Yeah,
So
it's a
when
game
I
called
entered kindergarten.
it's a game called Future Wars it was on the Commodore Amiga where I had it.
It rings
And
a bell.
I remember buying it, and it's by Delphine Software,
Hmm.
who are the guy, and it's the two guys, one who created Flashback and the other one who created Another World. It was those two guys that did it, and it's a point and click adventure, and it's really quite difficult. And graphically, it's kind of cool, but I just never, back when I first played it back in the day, obviously some of these point and click adventures, you just get stuck at places.
Oh yeah.
So I would come back to it every 6 months because it's not like you could look on the internet or there'd be a guide. And then later on, like when I brought my Amiga over, I booted it up again, and I got it's like 3 or 4 discs, and I
Oh.
found that like disc 3 was
man.
corrupted. So I got
Oh
I got-
no, that sucks.
I got like I got like about halfway through the game because I have like looked at stuff, and then maybe 10 years ago I did it again on the I started again on the Amiga and I got a little bit further. So it's kind of one of those ones. It's kind of a life quest at this point because it's 30 odd years I've been
Revenge.
trying to beat this
Yeah.
game.
At this point, it's
Wow.
fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I started already. I'm gonna finish this
Yeah.
shit.
In a
You can
similar
play
vein.
it on the Internet Archive. By
Do you
the
have
way.
any
Oh,
idea?
you can play it on the Internet Archive.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
Do you have any idea how far you are into it?
About half of the way through,
Okay.
just from like the number of discs, the one that was corrupted, I was at least halfway through the discs, So, plus it's
I'll post it in the chat.
reading a little bit about the plot. It's basically, I think, four scenes, or not four scenes, but like four kind of major areas, and I know I got through at least the first two and was on the third. So
I haven't really talked to the rest of the guys about the style or what this kind of the games are, in the sense that like I already know the games they're talking about, or even Rogue Squadron. But this game, like, what is happening in this game? What is the story? Like, what is it? I don't have no idea what the game is.
You start off with as a window cleaner, and the window's open, and you go in, and you fiddle around in this office, and you find this key and some documents in an alien language, and you find a time machine, and you end up getting transported back to a monastery, where there's some aliens are planting a really, really long delay time bomb to blow up Earth in the 44th millennium or what, or the 40th, in like the AD 4400 or something, and that's why the time machine, because they were looking for this bomb, and so it basically you manage to defuse it, and then you get transported to the 44th century, and I don't know what happens after that.
Cool. No, that's Flashback I like, obviously, and I played another World, which is also equally creative game. So a point and click must be creative, dude. I don't know.
It graphically it's great. It's probably worth watching a playthrough of, if you know what I mean. But as those 90, I think it's 1989 this game, or 1990, and some of those point and click games from that time can be really, really, the puzzles can be really difficult.
So there's the Future Wars Adventures in Time must be the sequel, and then there's Future Wars Time Travelers.
I think it had different names in Europe and America.
Okay, I got you.
And that's why, and it was meant to be the first part of a series, or like a trilogy, or I'm not sure if they have a trilogy or whether they were just planning on making 3 or 4 of them or what. But they never made any more.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's a great looking game, as you might imagine, given the people involved, and there's just something about it that sparked my imagination, and so it was either this or Cannon Fodder's another game that I've never beat the whole game. Like I've played the first like 10, 15 levels so many times.
I remember reading about that in EGM, I think it was. Like, oh, this sounds awesome, but I never played it.
Oh, it's a really fun game. I mean, it's worth just playing the first couple of levels. Yeah, if you can play it.
Cannon Fodder.
Internet Archive has it. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, I bet they do.
And it still holds up. Because it's simple enough, but it's like complex enough. So anyway, that's my number. That's my number.
That's great.
2.
Okay.
My 30-year quest.
Beerstro, what's your number 2?
I'm gonna go with Wasteland 2.
Oh,
I never played a Wasteland game.
Neither have I.
Well, the first Wasteland was kind of an inspiration for the series called Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fallout? What's that?
Yeah.
Fallout?
I've heard of this. It sounds really good. I mean, it sounds like a very positive and upbeat game.
Yeah.
Nothing about the wastelands or anything.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a franchise. I don't know. Just watch and see what happens with it. Keep your eye on it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. Write it down.
But I think when I got Wasteland 2 on Steam, that it came with the original Wasteland, and I started to play that one, but I think it kind of suffered from the fact that I was just really looking for more Fallout, and
I get this.
at the
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
and
I get
it wasn't necessarily filling the void, so to speak. Because I think when I got this, it was a couple years after New Vegas, but I mean, before 4 came out, and even still years before I even got 4. So I never really dove into the first one so much, and plus the first game came out in 1988. So I mean, not that graphics are usually that hugely important to me, but I don't know. The first one just didn't really grab me so much, probably for reasons that are my own fault. But I didn't give it a fair chance.
If you want pretty graphics, Wasteland 2 Director's Cut is on sale on Steam for like
Well, Wasteland 3
$7.99
is
or
on
something.
PSN, the new one. You can get
Yeah.
that. It's on
Yeah,
sale
I saw
right
there
now.
was I saw that Wasteland 3 came out, but it was until I
Yeah.
actually start and play 2, I probably shouldn't
It
be.
got pretty positive reviews, I believe, too.
No, and I don't think it got bad reviews at all. It was just I wasn't sure if I needed to play through the first one to play the second one.
Probably not. They're pretty
but-
good about that kind of stuff these days. But Wasteland 3 is $8 on Steam right now. So I mean, you might as well get it too. And put it in your backlog.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I can talk about this when we.
Yeah,
yeah.
the next time.
Yeah, maybe next year.
But yeah, I just on some hand, I still kind of felt I owed it to myself to at least try the series, being the
So,
Yeah.
Fallout fan that
when
I
did the
am,
first
I guess.
Wasteland come out?
1988,
Oh, wow.
Dang.
When did the
Yeah.
first Fallout come out?
1997.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And actually, if the internet, I believe Brian Fargo. I may be wrong on this though, but
Is there any connection between those games originally?
I think just kind of people who were actually making like that.
Making the game, but not like story-wise?
Yeah, like I mentioned, Brian Fargo created the Wasteland series, and he was also he's a founder of he was the founder of Interplay, which
Makes
is where
Okay.
Fallout was. So
Yeah.
and when you start up, like I think the Fallout 1 and maybe 2, it starts with Brian Fargo Presents.
Gotcha. Cool.
So that's the connection. And it was always considered like a spiritual successor sort of deal, Fallout was to Wasteland.
Well, here, let me tell you, Nick, I mean, as a big Metal Gear Solid fan, I love those games. I've played those games multiple times. When it comes to, like, the original Metal Gear stuff, I've definitely played it. Fuck if I've ever beaten that shit.
I love the original, the NES Metal Gear. I finished that several times back in the NES days.
But I mean,
loved it.
to be fair, I wasn't really necessarily talking about the first Wasteland. This is more
Right, you're
Wasteland
going to go back to
2,
2, right.
which was which that came out in 2014 from what I was looking up, and that I think that sounds about right when I bought it.
But that's still like an isometric top-down game, right? Like that kind of computer RPG, like Baldur's
The
Gate
first one
style.
was. I'm not positive about Wasteland 2.
I think 2 is, because I'm pretty sure Wasteland 3 is.
Okay.
So I think it's that same kind of.
Which is what the first 2 Fallouts were like.
Right, exactly.
And the canceled Fallout 3.
There you go. Hey,
So, yeah.
Awesome, good choice.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
games that have never been mentioned on the show ever.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
That's one fun thing about doing a show like this is that I try and like, what list can I get them to talk about that will talk about games that we've never fucking talked about?
Right.
Covering new ground.
All right, Aaron, what's your
go.
number 2?
All right, my number 2. I played this game got pretty deep into it. I just never got around to finishing it. It's the original BioShock. God, it was such a good game. It was gloomy. It was jump scary, but wasn't
that
that bad.
atmosphere was great.
atmosphere is fantastic. You get to go all the way down the bottom of the ocean and figure out what the hell happened here, and just and, like it kind of threw you off. Like, oh, it's not gonna be so scary. You hear the oldie time music going, and all of a sudden, big atom comes along and fucks your shit up. It's like, where the fuck did you come from? And all of a sudden, you're fighting for your life, and it's like, it was really well done. It's just, I think the only reason why I stopped playing it was because the weather started getting better. 'Cause that game-
Oh, Mr. Bubbles didn't scare you?
no, it was just the weather. I mean, honestly, the weather was so gloomy. It was perfect for that game. Like, it was dark and stormy. I'd pop on the PS3 and there was BioShock. I'm like, okay, I'll play you.
Did you
But
play
then-
any of the other BioShock games?
No, because I'm kind of a purist. I like to go 1, 2, 3, and then go from there type
yeah.
person.
I
I don't like to jump infinite, but I never got around to finishing the first one because the weather improved, and then I think I started playing Final Fantasy 14, and that kind of absorbed a lot of my time.
I always wanted to play BioShock, and it's 1 and 2 I've just never touched. I've never even started them.
My least favorite part about the series is the controls.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
like the
kind
feel
of
of the
a-
camera.
I did beat BioShock Infinite, so like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I beat all of them during the pandemic.
Oh
Oh,
really?
yeah.
They were on my list like,
Okay.
for the longest time, and it was
Cool.
like I played the first because didn't they give us the
I think we have
The
them all
trilogy,
for free.
yeah,
we have
we
the whole
got 'em.
trilogy for free.
yeah,
we
and
did.
for some reason I was like, everyone always
Listen to
says
that.
these games are good. I should play them, and so I did, and they were.
They were, yeah.
Like, yeah,
Of
they're
varying
great.
degrees.
The thing that I was like a little like about, like even before, like was the fact you could either spare the little sister or kill her. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? What?
You get more power for destroying her.
See, I
And
always
sucking the
spared them.
juice out.
I always spared them every time. I couldn't. It's just that even though they're creepy as hell, it's like I couldn't bring myself to killing them. So I was like, I'll spare them. I feel like there's some sort of good thing if you spare these little sisters. Like the Adams won't come out and try and kill you because I mean, yes, they're creepy, but I'd rather take the little creepy factor instead of the drill to my head. You know.
Yeah.
And those. So I was like, all right, yeah. But no, I think it's just because the weather improved. So I was like, and then Final Fantasy 14 came out, and I was like, okay, I'll come back eventually.
Yeah, you should.
Didn't happen.
100%.
Didn't happen.
Well,
Story of of our lives.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Life happens. But I
No
think
doubt.
that was great.
BioShock. Yeah, that's like
how good was the weather though?
Nice and sunny.
Nice and sunny, like this
It was like
weekend.
yes, it
He
was.
needed to go outside and play tennis.
Mm.
Tennis player don't stop playing tennis until it's winter. They're depressed.
Had to go to the laundromat to wash some socks.
Yeah.
Back
Well,
in
you
the
gotta wear
day.
them sometime.
Back in the good old days.
Back in the olden
Anyway.
days.
Did you like the clay surface when you play Super Tennis on the SNES?
No, I actually like that game. I like Mario. I like the tennis games. My favorite is actually the Mario tennis game. That was really fun.
There you go.
Anyway,
All right, my number 2 is a game that we got free maybe a year or two ago. And I wasn't really expecting to play it, but I wasn't at the moment playing anything. And I put like 10, 12 hours into this game and really learned to like it and thought it was fun and thought it was really funny. And it's Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's the game that kind of starts to shift the name of the title to Like a Dragon versus getting rid of the Yakuza name because it's called Like a Dragon in Japan. Anyway, it's a long game, so it's like a 40-hour fucking game. But this is different.
Turn-based RPG.
It's different from the just the previous Yakuza games where it's like a kind of a shimmy beat 'em up, walk around thing. This is like a turn-based RPG, but then it really plays into it's weird that I like this because it's like that's the style of game that I don't really care for generally, but then it also knows that it's an RPG, and it's kind of like self-aware and meta about it, so it's really funny, and it's about this 40-year-old guy who just gets out of, so you can relate to all his problems, and it's just really funny, and he has these really weird friends, and like I do, and so it's just really relatable. But yeah, Like a Dragon, and I feel bad that I kind of put it down, because it's like I look at it and be like, man, it's impossible to be playing like 20 games at one time. It is literally impossible.
Yeah.
And it's just a game that just kept getting pushed away to other, like Elden Ring came along, or just something, and just getting it's just like, so eventually I just deleted it off my system because I wasn't touching it. But I really would like to finish it because it's really charming and funny, and yeah, so that's Yakuza Like a Dragon. Great game, and I want to finish it someday.
Of starting it someday.
Yes.
And we all got it free on pizza.
Mhm.
So, all right, let's do our number ones. Jared, kick it off.
Oh, man.
So, I guess I'll go with an older game. I was thinking of a different one. It's in the same series, but I have my Wii plugged into the TV, just waiting for me to finish Super Mario Galaxy 2.
That was going to be on my list, because
I'm probably originally
hold
I
on.
was thinking of putting Super Mario Wonder on there because I've played like 15 minutes of that, and I bought it on launch day. But Super Mario Galaxy is one I've been wanting to play since like it came out, and I'm probably halfway through it right now. But I don't know, just like I don't think to open my drawer, pull the Wiimote out, and deal with the nunchucks and those old school controls.
I gave it a concerted effort during the pandemic, and I played it, and I ended up giving the game to my nephews because I was like, I just wasn't fun at some point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a game that's, I prefer these days. I prefer 3D Mario, so I'm trying to fight through it, and there's a lot of fun in it, but I'm kind of not big on really playing like the difficult stuff where I fell off the ledge too many times, I ran out of lives, I have to completely back out, that kind of shit. I'm just tired of that stuff. So like going back to some of those older Mario games that are just, here's a challenge, have fun. Oh, you ran out of time. I hate timed games. I don't want to deal with a timer. And there's a lot of things that you miss in that game by not doing it fast enough, and it just got kind of annoying. But I really want to finish Mario Galaxy 2 because it's just, I don't know, that's like one of the few Mario games I've never finished or played.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first couple of levels, and then it just got hard.
It gets stupid.
I wasn't in the mood for hard at the time.
Yeah, because like all those old Mario games, after you beat the game or whatever, you get the super challenging. You have to find like purple coins or some shit like that, and it gets crazy hard.
Yeah,
the platforming is stupid, and I did that. I loved it, but nowadays I don't have the patience for it. I don't. But the game has fun ideas, fun tools that you get to use, and I like being able to blast off to different planets, different shapes. You're gonna run all around it because the gravity's weird. Some of them you jump and you go like you can jump all the way around the planet, do stupid shit, just for fun. It's neat. It's really cool, and it'd be cool if they actually like remade games every once in a while. Because like modern take on that with a real controller would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
We'd make some whiny arse 80s and 90s gamers, wouldn't we?
You know what's funny though? You know what's funny though about this, like about the Super Mario Galaxy thing, is like I remember the episodes where we were talking about something about like should we play those games, and then you guys made an effort to go out and find them to play them, And it's funny that Dave just gave up and gave it away, and Jared's like kind of put it away, but now wants to finish it. But I definitely clearly remember those episodes we were talking about. Like, we should search for those copies of those games.
It's been years.
I know, but I remember those.
And I got it years ago.
I feel like they're like the
Yeah,
first.
I think I've got a copy too.
I feel like it's Discord, but back like during pandemic, like when I was in my old house. I remember like it's one of those episodes we were just sitting around like talking about games, and Mario Galaxy came up and like trying to find a copy of it for some reason, or I don't know. I just remember that vaguely, like not vaguely, clearly, but vaguely. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Mario Galaxy 2. So number one, meaning that it's the one that's probably most likely you're going to play.
Yeah, I mean it's the one that I've thought about since the game came out. It's just like, oh man. Every time somebody mentions Mario Galaxy or even that era Wii games and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, god damn it. Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I did rate mine that way. Like, my number one is the one I'm most likely going to go back and play. So I don't know if you guys rated it that way or not, but I did personally do that.
I think my top two, I will 100% go back to. And maybe like 80% for Evil Within 2, because I really want to play that. I do. It was getting really cool, and the shit that was going down was really interesting.
Cool. All right, Dave, what's your number one?
Deathloop.
He's gonna
PlayStation 5. I
just deleted that off of my PC.
I was really enjoying it, and the writing was quite witty and all the rest of it. And for some reason, I don't know if I just had stuff going on or something shiny came along, and I never finished it. And it's like probably the only PlayStation 5 game I've bought that I haven't actually, finished.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, plus, there's just not been a lot on the PlayStation 5 that I'm that interested in, and I was interested in this, so I feel like I should go back to it.
Well,
So.
I borrowed it from you. I don't even think I installed it in my system.
Yep.
And I gave it back to you. And then I got it free through like the Epic Game Store.
Yeah, I noticed you were playing it the other day.
And I played it for like an hour and a half, and I just got kind of tired of like all the different loading screens and all that stuff. I thought it was more like open and things like that, but it's kind of chopped off, and I don't know. I thought it was more free flowing, open, just kind of figure this shit out, like open worldy, and then it ends when you die. But it's absolutely not that. And I was kind of disappointed.
It's more about going round and round, and like you die and then try.
It's like
something.
a roguelike or whatever.
Yeah. But even then, like you finish this section, it's like, oh well, yeah, just go to the next section and load, and it's a new day and all that stuff. But I don't know. I just kind of thought it was gonna be like a game like you have to figure out what all these people are doing at what time and how they're doing it, and it's all like one seamless world. Mm-hmm. And I was expecting to just run around and do stupid shit like that, but it's chopped off.
It's a puzzle game in the sense that you're trying to figure out how to put this perfect run together where you kill everybody, basically.
Yeah, so I thought it was going to be more seamless than it was, and I played it on my computer, and it ran great. It looked great. It was interesting. I liked Cole. He was a cool character, but I don't know. I just it missed for me. It did.
Well, needless to say, as you were saying, are we actually going to go play these? I was probably going to go install Squadrons and Deathloop, because I could actually see myself definitely Squadrons, because you can just pick it up and play for half an hour,
Get a mission out of the way and come back.
Yeah, because that's how I've been playing Space Marine, to be quite honest, is I play like a mission, and then, I might play multiple missions in a day, but I don't play them all in one sitting kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely do it. Yeah.
I noticed over here, Mr. Beerstro, that you poured a Rainier into your pint glass. So it must mean that you finished the other beer. Can you tell us about the Sticky Hand or whatever it's called? Sticky Hop?
Yeah, Sticky Hands by Block 15.
You finished pretty quickly.
Yeah, funny thing about drinking more beer, it makes me drink faster.
Beer faster.
It makes you really want that next one.
It's beer faster.
but everything about it just kind of tastes almost kind of double IPA-ish, and like kind of the
little more malty.
sweeter maltiness. Definitely a more pronounced hop flavor to it. Like I said, you open it up, you get a nice whiff of the nice hop aroma. And I describe this, and I'm looking at it, and it also like had more flavor to it, but I don't know why, but I keep feeling myself being pulled back to the Crux as the one that I actually enjoyed more.
Oh boy! So the crux
So
of this situation.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, it sounds. I mean, there's like, I don't.
And a millennial just had a heart attack. Anyway.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, no, they're both
Good.
great.
Great beers.
But
You're going to go with the crux?
yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Crux.
Boom!
Actually,
Nice.
I mean,
I've
That's
liked every
surprising.
Crux
It's a
beer
good
I've ever
brewery.
had.
Same.
I mean,
And the crux
Yeah,
of this
it's-
story is
yeah. I mean, it sucks because it's like Sticky Hands is pretty well sought after.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, for a while, it was even just a regular Sticky Hands was kind of like it's like there and then you blink and it's gone because it's
Mhm.
just like it gets snapped up really quick.
bonus
really
question.
does.
Bonus question then. Those
Okay.
two fresh hot beers versus the Rainier. Go.
Rainier.
Yay for the win!
Yeah.
Little
All right.
vitamin R.
And
Let's
for the
push it
win, the gift, Bearstro, what is your number one game on your list this week?
So, I don't know how to approach this, just because this game has different iterations. And not to mention, I also own maybe the original on Steam, and then I've got a remake on my PS4. We're talking Final Fantasy VII here.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
never,
And I mean, I kind of have
Go for it.
I have a little bit of a history with this game in the fact that I initially bought it for the PC back in 2000. I didn't actually technically play it, but we started it up. But my buddy Jake was like, no, that's not how it should look, because it looked terrible because for whatever reason, the graphics weren't being run through the graphics card. It was kind of being run through
Weird.
some other means, like some sort of software rendering. So everything looked like shit.
Yeah.
So I never actually got to play because I never got to figure that out.
It's funny how we all have our own
but-
like personal stories about the whole Final Fantasy VII. Like Dave's is very ingrained in the history of the show, like that his shit got stolen and he never finished it.
Yeah.
Anyway, and now we're learning Nick's story about Final Fantasy VII. Is like he got it, but it looked like shit, so he never played it.
So I never got it. Well, because I mean, I didn't want to play it on I never had it for the PlayStation. I never did figure out what the issue was with why I was doing some software rendering versus running it through the video card.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty positive I have it on Steam, but I never played it there. Then I was intrigued when the remake came out for well, it came out in 2019, 2020.
Yeah,
So
2022, I thought. No,
is that the
the first one, the first remake,
Yeah.
Part one. I remember that because I played it for the PS4 right when my wife got pregnant. So I
But
definitely.
I don't think you should play that.
was the weather
version.
bad or something that day, or
What? Oh, shut up. Shut up.
So
It's in between tournaments.
So
What
I,
the
I
fuck is
think
going
I
on?
think you should play that
Poor
like
Aaron.
PC
He's
version you
getting
have.
shit on right now. No,
Sorry,
yeah,
we love you.
Yeah, hold on.
play
Let
the
me get this shit
Steam.
off my shoulder.
Play the Steam version.
Okay.
Well, no, I don't.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Whatever. Don't play the original.
Brush the dirt off your
Fuck
shoulder.
the original. Play the remake.
I hear if you
Yeah,
get it on your
but you're
shoulder,
getting a
it's fine.
third of the
You good luck.
story.
Yeah, but he's gonna get the rest of it eventually.
Yep.
Yeah, but will he ever get to that?
I've
Like,
never played the original Final Fantasy
Final
VII.
Fantasy, he could just like finish it with as much of a playthrough as any of the other games.
I never finished it, and I started Final
and
Fantasy
get the
VII
story.
remake, and I was more interested
Yeah.
in that.
So if you just want to like finish Final Fantasy VII and not worry about 3 games, absolutely
true.
just go with your Steam version.
Well, I mean, like
Knowing
I said,
how-
I haven't started it any game.
Yeah.
I mean, these are games that I haven't started at all, but
Yeah,
and plus
I
I thought
get
this would be
that.
like the most complex choice on my list, and probably
Yeah.
the one that's kind of been like the longest running game that I just haven't played.
But I know you don't play a ton of games. Like playing through like the modern version of Final Fantasy VII is going to be 3 games, which is going to cost way more time than Final Fantasy VII OG.
This is true.
Right?
You know,
Yes,
so I would recommend just playing classic Final Fantasy on PC. It's been like up-resed and all that stuff, so it's not going to look like complete ass like the PlayStation version. So
Right.
I don't think you'll be losing out. I think you should absolutely play the
Tifa
PC
is so
version
much
that you have.
hotter in the remake than the Pixel
God.
game.
You can probably mod the shit out of the Final Fantasy one on Steam, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, I guess I have a opinion on this one.
I mean, that's a game I would like to go back and finish. Final Fantasy VII remake, the first one. Like, I was enjoying my time. I put like 6-7 hours into it. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I enjoy this.
So is the remake that came out in 2020, is that just only part of?
It's
Part one of
of
3.
three. Part 2's
Final
out.
Fantasy VII Rebirth is the one I'm loaning Aaron.
Aaron,
That
so
took me like
he's in it.
80 hours to finish.
And then the third
I'm on
chapter
chapter
comes
2
out
now.
in a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
okay,
chapter
so-
3 hasn't even been. Yeah,
Released
they're,
yet.
they're
So-
like years away.
Yeah.
So these remakes for Final Fantasy
Make the money.
VII, that's like,
they're epic.
is that their way? Is that their way of kind of turning The Hobbit into like a
Mhm.
3 giant movie?
Yeah, because they added a bunch
Series.
of shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
There's a lot of theories and stuff that they kind of go into and flesh out the characters more. You know, there's a lot more story and depth between all the character interactions and all that stuff, and it goes more into everything than the original.
Doesn't go
game.
harder.
Yeah.
It just goes more.
Yeah, lots
Pretty
more.
much.
Okay.
Lots more. 100%.
A lot more going on.
But like in the it's funny because I've talked about like all the mini games in Rebirth. Like when you get to a certain point, you'll absolutely know, Aaron. But in Final Fantasy VII, there was absolutely shit tons of mini games and just tons of random weird shit that happens, like in the Golden Saucer and all that stuff. And you get all of that in Rebirth, Aaron,
Well-
and I think you'll enjoy it a lot.
The thing I was frustrated with was the Queen's Blood tournament thing. I just got through. I'm like, fuck, I hate that mini game.
But some people
Yeah.
love that game.
Did he beat Red 13?
I did.
That
That
was
was-
so funny.
He was doing fucking Michael Jackson impersonation the entire time. He's all right. He was like spinning around, going boom, boom. I'm like, God
It
damn
was
it!
so funny and stupid.
It was dumb. but funny. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's absolutely worth playing Final Fantasy VII, like all the new ones, because they're like, especially Rebirth, because there's so much stupid shit in it. It's like builds on it, and it's so fun. And it's dumb. It's exactly what it should be.
Yeah.
So
So-
you're not gonna lose either way, I think,
Mm-mm.
personally. But
So,
as
I
much
have
as
a-
you play games, I would recommend the original.
Report back to
So
us though on
just
which
to-
one you choose. Like, let us know which one you're gonna choose.
Well, let me ask Jared another question, because there was another. I keep seeing. I mean, I've got it on my wish list on PlayStation Store, but I've actually started seeing ads for it on Facebook. But the I'm gonna get the name of this wrong, but the Pixel.
Pixel. Oh yeah, play those.
They've gone through and kind of remastered 1 through
6.
9. Oh, just 1 through 6.
All the original
Jared just
Pixel,
played those.
Pixel ones on Nintendo.
Jared just played all those.
I still
Okay.
have to finish Final Fantasy VI. I forgot that I
Okay.
had it on my system. I need to finish it. I'm almost done.
There is kind of
Never
a
mind.
weird reworked
So
version
they
of
didn't go up
7,
to
though, isn't
7,
there?
8,
Isn't there
or
like an
9.
updated version of 7 for the PlayStation? Like the old
I
one?
mean, it's like pretty much the PC graphics.
Right. It's like a...
Yeah, it's up-resed. But yeah, Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters, awesome. That's 1 through 6, and they're not all huge long epics. Like the first one takes 14 or less, around 14 to 20 hours to beat. And those original ones were really fun to experience. So I mean, if you have any affinity to like the Final Fantasy series at all, I would absolutely recommend that. But I mean,
Well,
if you don't like
I'm-
turn-based, blah blah blah, all that stuff.
I only brought that up because I thought maybe that 7 would have been a part of that one as well, but
Oh.
it's not. But I mean, I am interested in that because of the first one, because I really love that the first Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's pretty much they redid all the Nintendo ones in like better graphics, and then 7 went to PlayStation, so that it changed into 3D and all that stuff. So it's all the Pixel ones on NES and Super NES.
Okay.
All right.
I've loved every single one.
Nick's going to figure out which 7 he's going to play, and he'll let us know.
The music is great in all of them, so
Right.
just crank up the tunes.
And we'll move on to Aaron and hear what his number 1 game that he's gonna go back to and play and beat one of these days.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Tonight he's gonna
Alright.
load it up tonight.
He's gonna get the platinum if it's on
no platinum.
PlayStation.
Wait, hold on. Let me check the weather for tomorrow first.
McEnroe versus
no,
McEnroe versus Bjorn.
81. He's not gonna play any
It
games.
doesn't matter. The weather does not matter on this
It's
one.
Wimbledon, McEnroe versus Bjorn. Right?
all right, Aaron. What's your number 1?
Well, this
Super
one's kind of a
Tennis for the Super
No.
Nintendo.
No, I played that one. It was a toss-up, but I think I'm going to lean more towards Cyberpunk 2077. That
Oh, yeah.
game. I know.
You
It's
have that?
great.
I didn't even realize you purchased that.
I got it as a Christmas present a long time ago. I had it downloaded and everything on my on the PS4, but I still have the game and the disc and stuff like that. I just got to put it in my thing and just download it.
Did you ever
the 3
start it?
PS5s?
I did start it
Yeah.
actually. Well, what happened was
Okay.
I played it and I got to a really bad glitch and it
Yeah.
shut my fucking game off. And this is before they fixed everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I stopped playing it for a while just because of that. And then
Yeah.
as they're fixing all that shit to make it ready to go, other things started coming out. So I just kind of
He can still get the
Ooh,
PS5
daughter.
version, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think-
That's a game I would like to go back to. I finished the main story, but I was just kind of busting through it, so I didn't do much side content, and I feel like I missed out on some really awesome stuff.
Yeah, I think
So-
I would play it again from
Yeah.
the start just to.
I
would.
wouldn't even.
Yeah,
I would
I
say.
would.
I would say
Runs
for
up.
you guys, no. For Aaron, make sure you install and make sure you download the PS5 version on
Yeah.
your PS5.
Yeah, I played
For
the
Jared
PS5
and Dave,
version.
though, I would say fuck that. I know you guys hate buying shit, Dave, but get the fucking DLC. It's better
Yeah,
than the
I-
game
Yeah,
story,
yeah, someday.
and it's a awesome entry. It's a awesome way to get back into the game because it starts you off, and then you have to respec your whole character anyway. So whatever you were doing before, it doesn't really matter because you have to kind of because what they've
Yeah,
done
yeah.
to it, they've redone everything, and the story in the DLC is so much, and then it'll just make you want to play the game. So like that, I think helps, especially if you just kind of busted through the game the first time. I think it gives you more of a reason to play with the DLC. And I'm not saying you shouldn't get the DLC either, Aaron, but I think
No, I
you
agree.
should just play the base game because it is an awesome game now. It is
It
like
is.
a really
It's
awesome game right
fantastic.
now.
Yeah, it is a
I
good
just-
game.
I just kind of like Like I said, they're
So-
having the glitch issue, and then the problem is where I hit the glitch is the sex shop where they had the they could get the it was super
Yeah.
shiny. All of a sudden, error, shut off. I'm like, God damn it!
Oh, it turned
Censored,
around on
not for
Steam
you.
because user
Yeah.
reviews are very positive, and it is currently popular.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, the game is super popular.
So I should play it then too.
Well, that and Keanu Reeves is in it. I
mean,
can't say
yeah,
no
there's
to
that
Keanu.
too. Well, but then the cool thing is, like, in the DLC is Idris Elba too. And anyway,
Mhm.
I mean, it's a lot
Ah.
like if you like those current Fallout games, Nick, then yes, because it's like really kind of role play. You really get to roll your character. Like some of the stuff you make your character do just gets super OP and awesome and fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the game when it first launched. I beat it. I had fun with it. The DLC and the fucking rework, just it's like I wish the whole game was that good, like, from the beginning. But
Oh, my PC meets the minimum requirements, I think.
get to modding it anyway.
Break my PC.
No, it's a
probably.
good choice, Aaron. Yeah, you should totally
Yeah,
break that
yeah,
out.
absolutely, yeah.
I need to get back into it. Yeah, I keep staring at it every time my daughter likes to go through all my cartridges and stuff like that, and like look all the books and stuff like that. I'm like, I really should get back into that game
No, it's a great game.
every time. It doesn't fail.
I'm actually really sad that they're not going to support it anymore because like I would love more content to run around that world and do some more stories and more like I was just like it's over. Like there's and I literally did like everything almost. So it's
Yeah,
just
it
like
does feel like a massive. It does feel like a big world, and there's a lot
It
going on.
is.
It can be a kind of overfacing at
huge.
first, but
Hmm.
it's actually
agree.
actually I mean you say that, Dave, but like in regards to like open world games, a lot of times I do feel like overwhelmed, but I feel like the way that one actually ultimately handles itself,
yeah,
it's
it
not
does
that
unfold
big.
quite
It's
nicely,
not.
yeah.
It has a nice. That game is the world is way more manageable to me, and the fast travel points are you know you don't have to drive everywhere. You can fast
Plentiful.
travel and like there's some games that are just gnarly, large like.
It's
Fucking
just nice.
like Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is just gnarly large. But
Yeah,
anyway,
Yeah.
it's a great game. You
Yeah.
should definitely play it. I really enjoyed it.
okay, let's see here. My number one. Okay, my number one is the reason I made this list because, or I came up with this idea for this list. Ryan and I were having a chit chat in private messages. You know, when we're not sending pictures of our dicks to each other.
Miss you, Ryan.
Yeah, we missed you. You weren't feeling well, but we missed you at the Record Hawk, man. You would have fucking spent. You would have sold your house.
You probably saved yourself a few
few $100.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
couple $100.
The amount of jazz that was there, ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Oh man, yeah, he's a jazz head.
I said something about he was playing the Command and Conquer game, and we started talking about Command and Conquer games, and we were talking about which ones I liked, and it's like, well, I couldn't tell you which one's my favorite because I only really have two that I've really played a lot of, and that one originally was for PC, and that was Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun. Played a lot of that one, and then the one that Jared got me for PS3, Command and Conquer Red Alert 3, which I got like halfway through. And that's my number one. Because for some reason I never finished it. And then I love Command and Conquer. And that game is fucking... It's Command and Conquer, but it's the one that's like kind of weirdly balls to the wall weird.
Yeah.
With all the goofy shit, like the
Attack
fucking
bears
attack
and all the
polar
rest of it,
bears
yeah.
and all kinds of crazy shit. And it's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of stuff going on.
It is a lot of fun, that one. I beat that one.
Okay.
So I have it on PS3. And I was like, fucking A, Ryan, I'm going to go back and play that. I want to go back and play that. So, like, it was a couple days ago, I booted up the PS3. I installed it, reinstalled it, and I, like, loaded my save file, and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to... I don't even remember. I remember nothing.
Oh yeah, you don't
It's
remember.
like I have no idea. So, like, I'm going to have to start all over again, I think. Just kind of go through the tutorial and, like, which is fine with me, because I played through Tiberian Sun from the beginning to end multiple times, so I don't really mind that.
Building.
But then I was just watching the extra content of like the Tim Curry bloopers, and then the Red Alert 3 girls, and that's all these like hot like Jenna McCarthy and fucking. There's a bunch of women and they're like from films and stuff in that, and they're all just like, I don't know. Gina Carano's in it. She plays the.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild. It's fucking wild. It's like, oh shit, what the fuck? Anyway, wild. I think the reason I didn't finish it, Jared, is because like at that point I was like started dating Bryn. So like video games kind of took a massive backseat.
Yeah, of course.
Until we got together and then I started playing again. But yeah, there was kind of a time
and
where
then it was all about Borderlands.
Yeah, right. So anyway, it's a game, but like, man, I just like when I booted it, I was like, oh my god, I really want to play this. So I think once I beat Space Marine, I'm gonna dive into that. So this is why it's in my number one. But you know, EA, it's like the Soviet Russian. It's like you have the Soviets, you have the Allied, the British, and you have I guess they're Japanese. Those are the three factions. And it's just kind of funny. It's all very over the top and silly, not like Tiberian Sun, where it's very gruff and.
Yeah, the original Red Alert is freeware right now.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm not gonna go back and play.
On
the
Steam?
PC. On the PC, you can just download it because they gave it away to celebrate Red Alert 3 coming out.
That's cool. But no, I just love, I've always loved, I like StarCraft. I have StarCraft 2 or whatever. StarCraft. No, I have the original StarCraft. I don't have StarCraft 2.
It's a demo on Steam.
Anyway, yeah. Command and Conquer. Those little games, like, they're fun. So
yeah. I played that on the Xbox 360 and it's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, you can pick all the different allies and beat it, too. So you can pick one and just beat it, or you can pick all three and beat it different ways. Anyway, cool game. Gonna beat it. Gonna play it. It's happening. That's why that's why we did this tonight. So thank you, Ryan. All right. Let's get some couch co-optionals, then do some trivia, and get the fuck out of here. What do we got quickly for the go to the order? Something fun, cool, different that's not a video game. Jared, go.
Well, I haven't had much time to do anything this week. So my recommendation is it's okay to take a break from video games.
Oh, there you go.
Just
There you go.
give yourself some headspace
Mm-hmm.
and take a break. You don't have to play games. It's
Don't have
okay. It's okay just to take a break. Fine.
Yeah,
It is
breathe.
okay.
Yeah.
Go outside.
Or if you do play a game, just have something really dumb that makes you like just drone on and just kind of drool on yourself. Like I've been playing too many hours of PC Building Simulator.
Oh, fine.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so either just find a game that makes you drool or don't play a game at all. It's all right. Yeah, go one way or the other. It's okay.
Sweet. All right. Dave, how about you?
Oh man, I'm if I haven't been playing video games, I have been before we went to the record. I've gone back and been listening to the Decemberists, the Crane Light, and Picturesque, and I forgot how much I really enjoy those albums.
Yeah, love the Decemberists.
Yeah, so if you have never listened to those, I highly recommend checking them out.
Cool. Nick to win. What do you got?
I have a PSA.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
The more you know.
Clean your
Clean your butt out.
dryer.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
clean your
man, thank
dryer
God, I
lint.
forgot about that today.
Dryerland.
Yes, I went through and cleaned the vent out for that today, and as well as talking about the
I need to do that.
with the exhaust on the dryer itself. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't ever think
100%.
about it.
You don't want to burn out the dryer.
Yeah.
Cool.
And while you're
Well,
at
yeah,
it,
when I
change
bought my house, the dryer vent was clogged in my house because nobody ever cleaned the one. So I had to actually drill a hole out the side of my house and put a pipe there. Just to vent out, because nobody maintained the original one.
I ended up buying like a little snake-like device so I could screw on like little extensions with a little brush on the end that you
Nice.
hook it up to your drill. And
Hey,
so the first time I cleaned it out, that produced a lot of
Oh yeah.
but since then it's actually been, I do it about once a year, and
hmm
like I just did it today, and it didn't produce a whole lot, but I did notice that the little flex thing that hooks up from the dryer exhaust to that actual pipe had a nice little tear in it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
Well,
but easy
yeah,
fix because you just cut it out.
yeah. Well, my dryer for some reason just oozes out lint, so like I have to clean it weekly. Like the
Oh.
filter trap looks fine, like it's gonna trap everything, but no, it doesn't. I have to clean that out, otherwise nothing's gonna happen.
my lint trap, my thing catches everything, and it looks like I can make a little rug out of mine.
Yeah,
Or a
It's so
tennis
all
ball.
together.
can attach
Not
it
that
to your
much.
hair
Probably
and
not.
just make it longer,
Yeah.
colorful,
No.
like light blue.
I'm not George Clinton. Okay.
Cool. All right. Thank you
Not
for the
that cool.
PSA. The more you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Take care of your shit.
Aaron, how about
Yeah.
you? What you got for us?
All right. So, tennis. Play that? No.
Listen, gentlemen.
Yeah.
So,
So what are you gonna
So-
serve us with?
oh well, this is gonna be a backhand. Backhand from left
backhand.
field. Actually, it's gonna be the show I've been watching, Agatha All Along on Disney Plus.
Oh, I was just staring at that, like, oh, I haven't watched that yet.
It's pretty good so far. I only gotten to the third episode, but they get it's about Agatha Harkness, the one that Scarlet Witch's character took away her powers, and she's
Mhm.
trying to get her powers back and become the powerful witch she was. And she got her team together, and they just barely started out, and they got to this house, and they're trying to figure out this poison that's lethal to all of them. They drink it, and I guess
Yum.
they figure it out, but it just,
It's crazy how few people have been talking about that show.
it's surprising because it's actually really good from what I've seen. But it's the only
I
thing
want to
is,
watch it.
yeah, it's definitely worth a shot. It's perfect for this time of year. I could have said other things like go to your pumpkin patches, go play tennis.
Whee!
But I'm just saying, you know what? I kind of want to say the scary theme this episode, the spooky, not scary. It's not a scary show so far. It's spooky, not scary. Agatha All Along, Disney Plus, check that shit out. It's good.
Cool.
There we go.
Awesome. Man, I have so many things I could talk about. I'm trying to like decide between like a TV show or a movie or a comedy special or music because we were at the music thing, and or do like something like Aaron or Jared said about take a break, something. I think the biggest surprise of yesterday, I would say you should hang out with your friends. It's very important. It's healthy for you. Do that.
100%.
But so that's just a quick thing. Make sure you do that. It's important for health. But we did go to this record thing the other day. I bought a bunch of records. The record that I am most surprised that is just so awesome that I've listened to a lot of times. And I shouldn't be surprised because we already know that the Rolling Stones is like supposedly one of the greatest bands of all times. And you already know a bunch of hit
there's a
songs of
reason
theirs.
they're popular, yeah.
Sure, there's a reason they're popular, and you would know a lot of their hit songs. That's fine. A lot of their hit songs. But I keep buying all these cheap albums that my understanding is that I buy them because they're cheap because no one wants them because they're the lesser albums. That's my thought process.
Yeah.
Right.
But when I
fair
put that
thought.
album on, it's like this magical thing that's like, holy shit, this is like one of the best albums I've ever fucking heard. And the music of it is like, there's a reason this band is good. Like, those are hits. Those are radio hits. Those are hits that exist. The people know, Paint It Black or, whatever, Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Satisfaction.
Yeah, Satisfaction. All those songs those are the big hits. But like, just from just good music, like none of the music on those albums is bad music. it's wild to me, and that's why they're such a big fucking band. Like that's why they're so wildly successful. It's like, so I'm listening to this album and just being like, this is never bad. There's not a bad cut on this album that I got for $5. And I don't know any of these songs, but then I do know these songs. I was like, oh, I know this song. I've heard this before.
Yeah.
Well,
but it's not super popular, but it's just like, I don't know. So like, yes, you might not like the Stones. Like you're like, oh, the Stones, yeah, they got these songs. I've heard them, blah, blah, blah. You haven't, because these guys have been around for how old is he?
Listen.
The dude's like fucking, Mick Jagger's like, what, 80 now? He's as old as Biden.
Like that, yeah.
He is old as fucking Biden, yet he's up there jumping around singing and shit still coherently. They just released an album last year, you know? I mean, they have so many albums. And then
he's actually 81 now.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
And then if you want to get in that whole Beatles Stones argument, I think the Stones are better. Ultimately,
No, I agree.
Only because the Beatles never really, they broke up at a point, and then they never really toured like the Stones ever did. Like the Stones have been a touring band for fucking ever. Like they've stuck together and had consistently still released great albums. It is wild. Like, I've always kind of thought of them as a kid, being like, oh, the Rolling Stones, like, old people like them, and they make music. I know these hits, they're fine, it's good, blah, blah, blah. Never really, like, maybe my thing isn't really, like, go check out the Stones, but, like, you really need to investigate a band to understand it. And do your research.
No, it makes perfect
Get involved.
sense.
I don't know.
No, it makes perfect sense. So, it's funny you mention that, because like my example to that would be actually Bon Iver, because I never really listened to anything from this guy. I didn't know who the fuck he was, and then I heard the stuff he did with Taylor Swift for a while. You know, I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. You know, that whole thing, and made me respect Taylor Swift as a musician, because it wasn't her poppy stuff. It was like her like more mellow, dramatic type stuff. But then my wife is a huge fan of it. And I'm like, okay. So I come home from work today and I hear Bon Iver in the background. I'm like, holy shit, this is really good. Who is this? And it's Bon Iver on Spotify. I'm like, all right. I definitely really, really respect his music after hearing some of the lesser known stuff he did. Well, not lesser known, but stuff I had no fucking clue he had
Right.
out. I'm like, okay.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, no, I get it.
So I'll add on to Ian's with the thought I had for my co-optional earlier today. Just like this current culture of music, you're just putting on a playlist that plays random shit, you know, and listening to stuff. Sit down and listen to an album. You love a song, just listen to the album that song belongs to.
Yeah.
And
no, that's
enjoy
another
the
one I agree, too.
artist and see what else they have to offer. Like the current generation of music listening, you're not getting the full picture of what that artist has to offer. So sit down and figure out what album it's on and listen to the album.
Amen.
I agree with that. It's like people gave it, like, I actually have an example of that too. God, Post Malone, when he went country, like, I heard that T1 Trillion album he put out. Oh my fucking god! I respect him as a hip hop artist, but I heard that album, the T1 Trillion, whatever it's called, or F1 Trillion. Sorry, F1 Trillion. Sorry for anybody who's listening and respects that country one. Oh my god!
I've heard it. It's a good album, and he's. Yeah.
I take back every bad thing I ever potentially could say about Post Malone going country. He fits it to the fucking T.
Okay.
He fits it.
That
so
dude's really
fucking tight.
talented. Like,
Yeah.
of all those, he's a pretty authentically talented dude. Yeah.
Well, I just thought he was trying to cash in because Beyonce went country. Then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go the same time." That's what I thought at first. But then I heard the F1 Trillion album. I'm like, okay. And then it got deeper and deeper in. I'm like, okay, I feel really shitty now. All right, you got me.
So,
Well, oh,
if
Dive
I may
in.
get, if I may give my example to what Jared
Please.
said, go back to 1994. Soundgarden, Super Unknown. Wasn't
Yeah.
released as a single though. You listen to the whole album. Probably, I think my favorite
Mhm.
track on there is the actual title track, Super Unknown. Wasn't a single, but it's. I mean, I think that of all the songs on that album, I think that one's kind of grown on me the most.
That's
There's
awesome.
a
Maybe.
there's I mean this is a higher level conversation we could all be having on a not a video
Yeah.
game podcast, but like I feel like a lot of the best music is music that's sometimes a little difficult listening, and you have to learn. You don't have to learn to like it, but you have to have kind of actively listen to it,
Mm-hmm.
because just listening to something a lot of times it's just like, oh yeah, let's listen to the hit and blah 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 blah, blah, and like,
It's
oh, that's a hit.
catchy.
It's catchy. But
Yeah.
like sometimes you need to. I think I'm already predisposed because like listening to Nine Inch Nails and shit. There's a lot of stuff in that was like very aggressively different and not normally. So you kind of
Right.
I'm attuned to that already. But then I would like throw out bands like the Rolling Stones, who are just kind of a pop rock band,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes both ways. You have to actively listen to that stuff too, and understand like the artistry that goes into that kind of stuff. So like, but you
Well,
still
yeah.
have to sit down and listen to it, and it's like.
Mhm.
I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, one song can knock your pants off. The album could do even more.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Trivia. You want to feel shitty even more? Let's
Put that back up.
falsely answer questions for the next 5 minutes. All right.
Well, I need to reopen.
Oh,
Give me a
Jared, what? You
second.
forgot?
You
forgot
yeah,
trivia?
Shit, bro. Yeah, for
got you.
once.
Oh,
Like I
man.
just gotta open my Google
Ah.
Keep and I'm good to go. Yeah. So let's see. Here we are. So, all right, trivia.
Trivia.
It's just kind of dumb, but I thought it was kind of fun. You know, like the Game Gear came out and it had accessories.
Oh,
And
gosh,
I
here
just
we go.
want to throw out what the name of these accessories were. I just want you to guess what they were.
There was the TV tuner.
TV adapter.
Most of it's
TV.
easier. Well,
There was the
yeah.
cigarette. There was the cigarette lighter
Yep,
power
yep,
supply.
But do you know
we
what
have
it
one
was
of those.
called?
the battery pack.
What was it called?
the
It was the
the DC
clitoral
connector?
stimulator.
All right, so
TV gear?
the TV tuner was just called the TV tuner. The one you mentioned was called car gear.
Car gear.
Oh,
I
gear.
should have known that one. I
Car
never thought
gear.
about that one. I had all these
Well,
except for the
What
TV
was
tuner.
the screen magnifier called?
You're getting
So-
old.
Screen
gear.
gear.
Screen amplifier?
Screen gear.
The super wide gear.
Super wide gear. I should have known all these ones. God
Holy
damn it.
shit.
I got I had the
How?
magnifier. I had
Yeah, so
the,
did I.
the
It would have been great
charger
if they had
thing.
like a metal skin, and it would have been called Metal Gear.
Yeah, that was funny. Well, how about the
Yeah.
multiplayer
So you
cable?
could
What was
never-
that called?
I'm gonna guess it's the multi-gear.
Multi-gear. Yeah.
Multi-gear.
The gear-to-gear cable.
Holy
Gear to gear.
shit!
They missed out on multi-gear.
So
sound like
there's one you probably never heard of. What is the Master Gear?
Oh, I had one of those. It allows you
It's
to
like
play Master System games on it.
It does, yeah, that's
No.
awesome.
Because I
That's
had
cool.
the Master System at the same time, and I
That's
had
what I
one.
did
and
not
you
know.
put it in, and you could
So
How does that work?
maybe a little known fact: the Game Gear's hardware was based on the Master System because they had to launch it so fast to compete with the Game Boy. They just based it on the Master System's hardware.
Yeah, and the Master System was.
It just had more
little-
colors.
It'd been out for a while anyway, so it was like they could miniaturize it. And
Uh-huh. Yeah, so
Interesting.
I thought that was interesting. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that.
So it's just
little
like
segment.
it's like one of the Game Gear cartridges with a bigger feeder on the front. It would slide in. And,
yeah, it's like and it's got a box that you can put the Master System cartridge in.
It looked like you're playing the Sega Nomad.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, remember they had a similar thing for the Genesis as well that would allow you to play Master System games.
Such an
Same
underrated
with
system.
you could play Game Boy games and the GameCube.
Mhm.
What,
that
what
where
else?
they
They had all sorts of stuff
It's a-
for
it's a-
Nintendo.
It's
So
a Master Gear.
yeah,
A Master Gear.
so yeah, fun stacks.
Yeah, I actually had one of those. I remember.
That's
remember it. I
cool.
thought about it for years, but yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, kid? What is that? Your favorite kid game?
Oh yeah,
Alex
yeah.
Kidd.
Alex
You
Kidd.
played
Alex
Alex
Kidd.
Kidd recently. That was a Master
Playing
System
Alex
game.
Kidd on your Game Gear.
Yeah, that new one sucked.
The original was tough as hell too, because
Yeah.
it was. I swear, it just knew.
But
You
when
were
you got
picking
the
whatever
Master
it
System,
is.
that was the only game you had, so you
Yeah,
kind of
that's it.
stuck with it.
Yeah, it was like preloaded into the system itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even need a cartridge. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, that's fun. Thank you for the trivia, Jared. All right, let's get out of here. I want to remind you all to, leave us feedback on the socials at Couch Co-op shows everywhere. I don't know. You can leave it on X, but we don't really check that anymore. You can find us on Facebook, on the Gram, definitely on there. You can check out all our podcasts is available everywhere on iTunes and Spotify, and you can find us on youtube.com/milkmanpictures, where you can watch us, sexy beasts, drink sexy beers. Just a collection of lonely souls hanging out together, riding on this rock through the universe. I want to thank my crew, Jared, Dave, Nick, and Aaron, for joining me here on the couch. Boys, good show tonight. A lot of fun.
That's right.
I wish I was sitting on a couch.
Oh yeah, right.
My couch is. I'm staring at it and it's saying, "Sit on me."
It used to be a day where we all sit on the couch together. Anyway,
Yeah.
for Couch Co-op, I'm Ian, reminding you to please be excellent to each other.
Wild stallions. Yes, sir.
Game, set, and match.
Yes. Uh-oh.